chin, a little below the chin. Like 단발머리. So today's Salad TV, we're cutting hair and catching up. Goodbye to the part of the past that you don't need no more. Some real talk time.
Yeah, real talk. Just lay it on me.
Yeah. And it's just nothing can prepare you for it. I mean, that's the thing.
God.
Like you just learn as you go. I think it's like it's really hard not to expect that there's like some kind of landing point, you know? Like, oh, I got this now, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And have some kind of like, like predictability, like, okay, this is how things go and I can handle this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you have to constantly let go of like your idea of how things should be because the baby's asking for something totally different.
Yeah.
And you just have to be very present for it. Just the overwhelming feeling of, oh, can I be strong enough to do this, especially after the hard, just very, very difficult postnatal period of recovering from C-section and just recovering from all these things that came in an unexpected way during labor. And allowing my own body to recover as I'm helping him to like land in this world with the best care that I can give. So that was very, very challenging to find a balance between both, or not finding the balance between both, actually, and being okay with it. The days and the nights completely blurred.
Also, do you think it's changed how you perceive, now that you're a mom, do you view your relation to mom differently? Like, is there...
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely gratefulness.
Yeah. It's like...
For sure, and
to know what it takes to...
Yeah, and what it takes to care for someone, and also that despite anyone's shortcomings or any of her shortcomings in raising me, and you know, my
your perception, our perception, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. My perception of the things that she could have done better. You know, fundamentally, like, well, this is
just the fact that
this is like
she brought you in. Yeah,
and this feeling for this being, like, the love is just so as unconditional as it could get, as humanly possible, probably.
Yeah.
But I think also accepting that, I probably won't be a perfect mom either, and I have to be okay with that too.
Yeah.
And I think that helps me to also see a whole new layer about our own mom.
Yeah. And in a way, I mean, you didn't bring him in to be a perfect mom.
No.
He came in through you to experience you as a mom.
Right.
You know, it's like...
True. Oh, there he wakes up. Hi, Noah. That was just a little cry. I would kind of fall into a darker period or darker moments. Like, the main theme that came up was I'm doing something wrong. Like, that's like the main thing. I'm doing something wrong and I feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
And somebody is mad at me. Somebody is angry with me. Like, for example, like when mom was here helping out. I just felt like whatever I was doing like I would project that she would be probably not happy with me about it.
Thinking you're doing something wrong, doing it the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. Or I think that you might be mad at me about something. Oh, like now everything is so different, and like I'm completely unavailable to other things, you know, and other people, and I just have this. I'm just caved in now, like being a new mother, and some parts of it are glorious and miraculous, but some parts of it are, you just feel like you're in a cocoon basically with this newborn, and feeling. The downside of that is feeling like isolated, insular or something. And then feeling like, oh, I'm so cut off from other people, and people are mad at me because I'm not showing up somewhere. Otherwhere. But it was, for some reason, like I feel this kind of accountability. Like, it's like I'm responsible to make someone feel okay. Like I have to be something or do something. And it's not about my needs, it's about the other person's needs. Putting that first. Like knowing that logically in my head that, okay, this is a part of me that's running on that program where it's feeding on this guilt, you know, and it's like this kind of looping sort of negative thought. But not knowing, okay, where does this come from, and why is it so exacerbated or like,
well, how does
almost delusional? Like I know, I'm aware that it's delusional, but it doesn't help the fact that the emotions are still there. You know?
Well, what do you? So when the trigger happens, like, say you think of an email that you haven't answered.
Exactly.
And you fall into a guilt.
Email that hasn't been answered. Like a phone call that hasn't been returned. And I just sit on this kind of like, oh God, I need to do that, but
you can't.
Probably mad at me and probably doesn't want to be my friend anymore, and I'm just gonna lose like friends like one by one. I'm just gonna become completely like irrelevant to other people's lives.
Once that trigger happens and then you think that, where does it go from there? Or it doesn't go further, it just kind of like just leaves you there.
Just kind of sits, because it doesn't also lead me to action, you know? Like leading me to action would be, I'll just answer this person. But then no, there's another part of me that's saying, I'm exhausted. There's a part of me that's saying, what about your needs, you know? You want to take this really long nap right now. You just want to stare off into space right now. You do not want to answer that email.
Oh my God.
When you haven't slept and breastfeeding every half hour to an hour.
And this isn't even something that can be absolved through taking action from the space of, I'm already guilty, I better like get rid of my guilt by taking this action.
No, it's only temporary solution that
exactly.
I can absolve that momentary guilt by answering that email, but the cycle always comes up. It just seems very, on some level, very ludicrous to me that I have this fear, but it is there.
Email, and you're just putting yourself, okay, the sender of the email, like, what do you think they're thinking?
Okay.
What are, like, worst case scenario, what's the worst thing they could be saying about you?
She's not reliable.
Okay. Not reliable, and that would be bad. Why is it bad to be not reliable?
Because things fall apart when they're not reliable.
What's so bad about things falling apart?
Well, there's like...
It's like a feeling place.
Yeah, it's a feeling place, but now, like, memories of, like, that time between the age of maybe, like, 12 and 14 comes up, when we lived in the hallway house. I think it was like around the time when there were threats of like the housing market like crashing, and mom was freaking out because she thought that the house that they had bought would completely depreciate, and on top of that they wouldn't be able to pay off the mortgage, and there was just a lot of fear around like becoming poor or not having enough money, or you know, I don't know, there was just a lot of anxiety around that issue. And of course there was like this one incident where mom was like, for the first time that I could remember, she was like so angry with me. She was angry with both of us, but I mean I was more responsible because I was the older child.
Yeah.
And it was a time when we had gone on this church retreat for like 4 to 5 days, and then we never had called mom to let her know that we were okay. But we went with the church, you know?
Yeah.
With the youth group. And we came back and she was like
pissed.
She was pissed, fuming with anger, and so like hurt and disappointed that we never bothered to call her.
Yeah. Mega guilt tripped.
And she basically didn't talk to me for like maybe almost 2 days. Or it felt like 2 days.
Yeah.
And it totally caught me off guard because I didn't know that I had done something wrong. Because I had actually a lot of fun on this trip.
Yeah.
And I came back and it was like the whole thing was just like gone, you know?
Yeah.
This fun that I had was like, I shouldn't have had that fun because it made mom so angry, you know?
I totally remember that, and she like just kept emphasizing how like kind of like, how dare you have fun when, oh, so you had so much fun that you forgot about me.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And I really don't even think like, I mean, if you think about it, like of course she didn't want us to not have fun, but she was so hurt by us not calling that it just overshadowed everything. Yeah. Just kind of blew things out of proportion. But for a kid, you know, like just pure perception, like feeling thing was, I feel guilty for having had fun.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And leaving mom behind. You know? I was not reliable.
Oh.
And things are falling apart. Like, you know, just, it's everything around that time too. It's not just, it wasn't just that incident isolated, but like, so I'm also very deathly scared of situations where people are angry at me. You know what I mean? Like, you can't live your life wanting to not anger people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's not about, on one hand, like, I just, in a way, have to be okay with people being angry. Of course, right now, it's all, like, imagined, you know? And it's
still... but I feel like this is really... Well,
maybe, in fact, if I knew that somebody was really angry with me and we had this confrontation, it would be different, you know? It's always imagined anger that gets to me.
Even in imagined anger, it's still real. In a way, it's still happening.
It's still happening in my mind. Yeah. It's triggering the emotional response.
I feel like this is definitely like soul retrieval work, where you are having to contact the aspect of you that thinks that she's in trouble.
Yeah.
And she thinks she's still in trouble.
Yeah.
So there's like that aspect of you that's still in limbo.
There's definitely somebody in trouble.
Yeah.
And she's just quivering there underneath. But more or less, you know? But then, of course, other things kind of distract me and I feel other things too, but she's there.
Yeah. So I feel that this is really about... I mean, you could even put everything aside and just be like, okay, I'm just gonna be with the aspect of myself that thinks she's in trouble, and just just be with her, like
not try to figure it
out.
No,
like doesn't need to be figured out. She just needs
because she was so in shock.
Yeah, she was so in shock, and
that's already feeling different.
Like I'm feeling stuff right now.
I never thought about that, or
who's scared, who's thinks she's in trouble, thinks she did something bad or wrong. But the message that she needs to receive now is you did not do anything wrong. You are not in trouble.
Whoa, that's radical.
And to validate what she's feeling now. Like it's totally understandable that you feel this way, because the mom is going through her own stuff.
Yeah.
But it does not mean that
I did something
wrong. Did something wrong. So we're in the dining room right now.
Yeah.
Mom's in the kitchen, making a big ruckus, probably, with the pots and pans.
No, I think she was even in the living room.
Oh, okay.
So where the piano was.
Oh, okay.
And she was like so angry that she was also like shaking. You know how she gets shaky when she's so angry?
Yeah.
She was just in a like rage, enraged. And she left.
And now you're still sitting there.
Yeah.
With this
crying.
feeling. Oh, you're crying.
Yeah.
So
right, an alternate scenario for this.
Yeah.
Like girl in the dining room.
Yeah. So you're in the dining room, Mom left. Maybe?
Yeah. I think I would probably send in another grown-up.
Yeah.
Like send in like an imaginary aunt that I never had, maybe. Or like a very warm and understanding person who would first, like, she would comfort the child.
Yeah.
She would just let the child like cry all the way, like just completely cry to her heart's content.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just there for the child. Mm-hmm. The child wants to know that her relationship with her mom is okay, actually.
I feel like I would want the kind of guardian angel aunt to tell the child, okay, like, look, your mom being upset has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
Mom's upset about something else. And she pretty much is just taking it out on the situation.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is
it's nothing to do with you.
For the child to realize that she didn't do anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It was good that she had fun. It was good that she forgot
her obligations.
Yeah. I mean, she's a freaking child. It was good that she was just doing her own thing.
Yeah.
Thinking about the relationship with the mom, that it's not possible to break that tie from this thing, which was not even your fault.
Yeah, I think there's a very deeply ingrained belief from that incident, or maybe it was even something before, that that it's up to me to maintain a relationship. Like, I have to behave, I have to be good for a relationship to maintain.
Oh, right. Right.
So, just actually, those two are very different things. There's what I do and who I am, and there's the relationship that's based on understanding and love, you know? And I don't have to, like, perform. I don't have to be good. I don't have to do anything for something to be okay for this child who experienced this trauma.
Yeah.
That they're unrelated things.
Also, I kind of feel like there needs to be a new scene inserted where this aunt goes up to the mom and kind of like tells her stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, okay, lady.
Yeah, lady.
What just happened is not cool. You don't take out your own personal frustration of whatever you're going through and take it out.
Yeah.
On them.
Yeah.
And like in some conversation where mom is made to understand that this was not cool.
Yeah. Right. And maybe somebody who would actually do shadow work with her.
Exactly. You can even
to help her understand
help her understand
how she's triggered has nothing to do with like the wrongdoing of your child. It's your own like old shit that you haven't cleared up.
Yeah.
That come disguised through these situations where you get hurt, where you're triggered, and you think that it's from that incident, but
So I would really like to like some super magical Korean lady who like can really
be so eloquent and articulate
to mom that she like gets it.
Yeah,
that would be really interesting.
Somebody who speaks so clearly and directly that she gets it.
Yeah. But meanwhile, in this room that you're in with this guardian angel aunt, she's like, I think she's telling you, you don't have to do anything to, because you didn't do anything wrong, you don't have to apologize or make anything right. You are just fine the way you are. And in fact, like, it's more like you need to be defended.
Oh my god, that's...
And then I feel like
completely new.
The aunt, this guardian angel aunt, is telling you, and don't worry, I'm talking to your mom right now, and she understands.
She gets it.
She gets it.
Yeah.
And she's very sorry. Because it's true, in another realm, if she really were to get it, of course she would be sorry and be like, oh, that's not what she would want either.
Yeah, she wouldn't want that.
But it's just like she's under a spell where she believes in some illusion of reality where she's a victim and, you know?
Yeah.
So, but anyone who can see deeper into it, you know, would see that it's not,
right.
It's not how it is in this other time-space realm. Well, it could even be like the guardian angel and saying, okay, your mom's on her own path right now, to knowing. But don't be fooled by how she's responding to you right now. Like she's
on her path.
She's on her path, and she's in her own school right now. So you're part of her assignment. She may get angry again, but just do not take it personally. It's not about you. But she's learning right now. So
something is unraveling.
Oh my God.
Something very, very deep is happening. It's so strange, but I'm like going back to that memory, and I'm really like, I'm moving in that space, you know?
Yeah.
In the architecture of that memory. And I'm making that story continue. Yeah, from where it left off.
Yeah. I know, I'm like in the house right now too.
And it's really real because also like you know that memory, so I feel like we're kind of in that space.
I'm totally in the living room right now.
Oh, what do you think?
And the curtains.
What do you think you would be doing when this is happening?
Well,
I think you would come out and you would join me, and this guardian angel is talking to us both.
Yeah. Like we're both sitting on the sofa.
Yeah.
And suddenly she's like, the guardian angel ant has like a whole really nice, pretty tea set.
Yeah.
With like lots of little biscuits and cookies.
Yeah.
And she's pouring us tea, and then she kind of gets us really comfy.
Yeah.
And like in a safe, beautiful place.
Yeah.
And she tells us, don't worry, like your parents are gonna come back for a while because they're being talked to in the other, somewhere distant.
Right.
They can't hear us. She was saying, well, we're always here, and we just had to have an intervention.
They're always there.
Yeah, just had to have an intervention, and she would say, you did absolutely nothing wrong. But she would also just kind of be really quiet and just like in the action of being with us and just kind of preparing a really beautiful tea thing and just letting us be, because I feel like we would be a little bit, we're still kind of in shock and a little bit shaky.
Yeah.
And she would just be with us as she makes things cozy.
Yeah. Like giving us time to sort of come back.
Well, it's pretty real. I even imagine her outfit. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
She's kind of wearing a
flowy?
I don't know. I just imagine her in like a kind of coppery toned blouse. Okay. She's kind of an anime. She's like a Miyazaki, but Korean Miyazaki.
Oh.
Yeah. And she has like really little lips, like lipstick is pink.
Okay.
And she's wearing like a
what kind of
gold colored blouse.
Mommy will be right there.